Hey everybody, welcome back. We're still here at the B stream. Gotten you joined by Mr. X. We're having a jolly old time, aren't we?
This is a great time.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Great.
I got to take my jacket off.
It's not 14 degrees out here.
Oh my God, I almost want to move here. I can't do the cold anymore, man. I think the cold is just it sucked out of me. I can't do it.
It's just the worst thing on the planet, the cold.
You
Maybe
can't
not
even
the worst
live.
thing,
You can't even live.
there's some days where you just get up and you're just like, it's so cold, I think I'm just not going to do anything.
Yeah, the worst is when you try to get out of bed
Yeah.
and it's just like you're so comfy and you're just
Yeah.
like wrapped up and you can't
I have like
move.
a technique, like when I'm wrapped up like that, to like create energy, like kinetic energy to get
Yeah.
out of bed, I like move my legs around in my bed, like try, almost like I'm running, and then eventually I muster up the blood flow and energy to
I
get moving.
cocoon myself.
Okay,
I
so you don't
cocoon
get
it.
out. That's basically what you're saying.
No, I
No, you
cocoon.
just sleep the whole day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of an issue here on the station that we are going to be casting. Final Boss finds himself down 1-0 over FaZe. FaZe finally looking relatively okay there. I think, you know, if you're Final Boss, you got to be a little bit worried going into the Search and Destroy just because, you know, Halo teams switching over. FaZe is notorious for it. But apparently, I got a text from Ogre 2, which not right now,
Insider
but before.
source, insider source.
He said he hasn't they haven't lost Search, with the exception of Complexity, obviously, on main stage, in like 2 weeks, and that includes FaZe. So,
Tom was very confident coming in.
Oh, very confident.
We talk a lot, and I could tell, you know, with his demeanor, he's like, we're going to shock some people this weekend. I mean, the loss to Complexity, I mean, that was kind of expected, I think, you know. But I think he definitely thinks they can make a run through losers, and the first match was very close.
Yeah,
very
you
close.
know, I gotta say, man, I don't know how Curse Las Vegas bounced this back. Like,
no, they're right in front of us. Like, you guys can't see it on stream, obviously, but like, you know, Marcus looks like he's just shaking his head. He doesn't know what's going on. He's pointing his hand at the door, which I assume it's somebody who left, and like freaking out.
Yeah, it's like it's complete disbelief. Is basically what happened.
We kind of talked about this. It would be how they woke up in the morning. And
it's true.
If they lost,
really
it's just
true.
Who knows what happened. The thing that's the craziest, if you're a Curse LV fan, is I can tell you, if I told you before the event, I was like, oh, I don't think Curse LV would qualify. You wouldn't be completely shocked.
No.
If I told you they won the event, would you be completely shocked? No. It's the craziest thing. They could either lose the whole thing or win the whole thing with ease. It makes no sense.
They're hot and cold, man. They're like that Pink song.
So I'm looking at the loser bracket over here, Scott.
Oh.
Can we get that for these guys?
Oh.
Look at that.
Okay.
That's beautiful. You don't get this anywhere else.
Give me. Well,
I
can't see.
We have FaZe Final Boss round 1. This is all round 1 loser bracket, right?
Okay. FaZe Final Boss.
Okay, so FaZe is going to play Final Boss. Denial West is going up against Xfinity Gaming. I believe that is Elevate. Is going to go against Xfinity. And then you're actually going to have a Curse LV against Curse New York.
Holy Testicle Tuesday.
And the winner of that, I believe the bracket flips after that. That's when the bracket flips.
No.
It
flips from the winner's bracket. So So the top half of that should then go. So the loser of SB and Complexity plays the winner of Curse LV and Curse NY, I think.
Yeah.
No. They play the loser of Envy and Optic. That's who it is.
Yes, that's who it is.
That's the ticket.
So so basically the loser of Envy Optic will play Curse LV,
correct,
for the right to go to champ. So one of those 3 teams isn't going to make it. Envy, Optic, and LV. It's impossible for all 3 to make it.
Envy, LV, Optic, and
LV.
NY.
And NY.
One of those 4 teams will not make it.
Yes.
I need to tweet this.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do it. You can do it, and then I'll just retweet it.
Oh,
it's like the same thing.
I'm not going to be rude. Well, you know, I'll wait for the commercial break.
You grabbed your phones first, so
I know.
I was just following your
realized,
etiquette.
I looked over, I was like, man, it's kind of like a schmuck move to do.
yeah, it's a little bit. You know, we both went super hot for the phone. I was like, oh, I'm going to be the first to tweet that. And then you totally called me out and grabbed my phone.
Yep. That is nuts.
That's crazy.
That means
who do you think's not going to make it out of those 4? I will add it'll be 2 of them won't make it.
It's all going to depend on how that Envy Optic matchup goes, because there's going to be so much on the line there.
Right here.
Okay.
Envy's going to beat Optic 3-1.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be a 3-1 that I don't even think is going to be that close, to be honest. You know, Elevate's a very good team. Don't get me wrong. Elevate's a very good team. But, you know, they one or two little mistakes in each map, and they probably would have won that series 3-0.
Yeah,
they tied the Blitz, right? Yep. Tied the Blitz, full replay. Search and Destroy went to the last round, 6-5. The Strike Zone Dom was only decided by, what, 7 points? against a. I
know,
don't want to say a
man.
higher caliber team, but against a more experienced pro team like NV,
It'll be interesting.
they won't be able to get away with those mistakes.
It will 100% be interesting to see what happens.
Loser
in that
bracket,
series.
LV Optic, who goes champs?
Man, you know, that's really tough because on one side, I don't think Clay has lost. Clay hasn't lost to the members of Curse since Anaheim of last year.
Parasite at Prime. No, yeah, Parasite at
Parasite
and Ricky. And Ricky at Prime.
Yeah, Parasite and Ricky at PAX Prime.
Yep.
But in the regards of double elimination style, he hasn't lost to him since Anaheim of 2013. So, on the other side, though, Curse LV always beats Optic. Impact always used to beat Optic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're going to have a situation where NV or Optic, one of them, I can see LV coming back strong in the losers. I don't think, they're arguing right
Hot
now.
and Cold is a Katy Perry song?
It's a great Katy
Perry.
I love Katy Perry. Yes, and
I thought that was...
In and out. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to embarrass myself even more by saying
I definitely thought that was Pink. I don't.
Man, you're like my grandpa.
I don't know what kind of music these young whippersnappers are looking at. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Search and Destroy. We are on Octane. Snipe down, rocking the overkill here. He is going to sport the sniper, and I'm interested to see what he's got. He used to always bedazzle me with his snipe shots before, and he actually gets rushed, and he gets taken out right away. FaZe with an aggressive push.
Yeah, that's a really smart play from JCap. Snipe down's going to have that sniper. He probably likes to shoot the cross. That's technically what a lot of snipers like to do. A lot of them like to sit at that truck instead of going all the way behind the semi, but able to push him. He pushed with another teammate there, so even if Snipe down kills JCap, they're going to trade that kill.
Yep. We do have replays hanging out. Taking a look here, but we do have two members. He's trying to shoot the bomb. There's no one on it yet. He doesn't see anyone. They are rocking the incog. Smart decision there. And he's going to see the bomb gets planted here, and I think it's no, Ace is above it. Never mind. I am wrong.
Nah, I believe Tom's carrying the bomb. Ogre 2, he's up. He's going to be in the top hotel, but it's going to be a 4-on-2 situation for him and Ace. And right now, they really just need to work for a pick. If they can, Tom's actually going to get taken out.
It's not good.
The bottom connector. This isn't a good situation for Ace. Right there in that situation, Ace really just needed to play for a kill. They probably could have tried to work on baiting somebody out and switching real quick, trying to get an easy pick, and then work it down to a 2-on-3 that's more manageable. But trying to fight those gunfights 1-on-1 when you're up, when you're down that many people, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's never that much fun.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, it's the first to six. First to six will take it. And now we are going to see the first offensive start here from the members of FaZe. What are you expecting here? I'm going through. No one's running a sniper. I think they kind of annexed that, but based on where everyone's pushing and the classes they're running, safe to say we see thermal scopes. It's going to be big.
Yeah, FaZe really doesn't have a sniper. You think about it, which is kind of funny because FaZe is a huge competitive sniper team.
Classic, the irony is hysterical.
Yeah, Classic is, they're the one guy who can snipe a little bit. You don't really see him use it too much. But right here, they're just going to go for a nice B push, and you see players are going to go down. Proofy and Replays are going to go down for this FaZe squad. Ogre 2 pushed Replays over at the truck by semi, and now it's going to be just JCap alone in a 1-on-2 situation.
What do you think his odds are here, man? You thinking slim to none?
If you're looking at your mini map, you can see that Ogre 2 and Snipe Down are on complete opposite sides of the map.
Yeah.
And right here in this type of situation, a 2-on-1, you want to wolf pack together. You want to get together so you can trade that kill. If JCap gets in a gunfight with Snipe Down and Snipe Down dies, Ogre 2's able to pick it up right away. So I want to see them work closer together with. On your minimap, you really don't see them getting closer.
This is such a weird, interesting, I guess, kind of like 2-on-1 scenario here. JCap's able to win this battle, and now he has to find the last guy who's all the way back at A. No way. No way.
No,
just don't challenge Snipe Down. And this is going to be the round. This is going to go to Final Boss.
Right. Final Boss able to win that round. But, right there mid-map, if Snipe Down's near Ogre 2, they're able to clean up that kill, get an easy round win. Anything can happen with 11 seconds left. You could have seen him going some way, wall banged him, whatever. We've seen crazy stuff happen at these events, and right there, that's not how you're going to win consistently.
No. So, going to start this one off with Ogre 2 here carrying the bomb. Taking a look at the strats here, we are seeing two guys push front strip, and now we're seeing a two-man push all the way over to B. And Ogre 2 getting shot in the body, does not die there. And he is just going to wait for basically everything to regen, and now we're seeing a hard B push here, Matt.
Yeah, this is a smart play from Final Boss. They're up one player. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. It's going to be interesting. It looks like OR2 is using smokes, and I wonder if, any of his team's going to have thermal behind him, or, you can't see his class to see if he has incog. I imagine he does. Tom's a very smart player, and it looks like Ace is going to throw another smoke behind him, and he's going to have thermal at that white truck as Ogre 2 is going to go in to try and plant the bomb.
They need to make sure someone's at least watching the flank here. If there's one thing we know about FaZe, they love to take the effect. And he did see a guy push up there. He's right next to Snipedown, and Ace is going to try to help out Snakebite. And there he is. They're going to be able to take him out. They have one guy pushing into Strip. This is looking good for them. They have 4 members up. It's 4-on-2 scenario.
Absolutely. And right now, if you are Final Boss, if you know there's a guy at that blue dump, you can afford to push that player with 2 players and trade that kill, and then work it down to a 1-on-3 situation. Right now, it's one thing you want to single out gunfights. That's one thing that everybody talks about. In these rounds of Search and Destroy, you want to single one player out and isolate him, Scott. You just want to work on an easy way to pick him off.
Yep. So we did see Replays bust out the sniper. He did not rock the overkill. Instead, he decided to take the extra attachments, and he had the pistol. And you're going to watch as Ace is just like, yeah, def.
Yeah, and you're going to watch as the pistol does no damage.
You're going to shoot him in the chest, and they're just going to laugh at you.
Yeah, and he's going to laugh at you, shoot you with his assault rifle.
It's like an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
They're just shooting pellets at you.
One of the things that you're seeing a lot at this event, Scott, this is the first event that players are playing on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
huge.
a good point.
You're seeing more AR play out of a lot of these players because from what they're saying is the AR melts. So 0 for 2. The AR is melting. That's what they're saying. And also they're saying the Vector is extremely good.
Oh, yeah, the Vector's amazing.
A lot of people switch over to the Vector at this event.
Well, Replay's missing some big shots there that he needed to connect with. Now jumping on board with Proofius. He's going to try to inch this bomb up, and we're going to see as they actually have a 4-on-3 advantage. This should be a big just red flag to Snipedown to move away from bottom broken and start moving over towards B. But he doesn't actually seem to want to do it. He just is hanging out.
It's honestly the uncertainty. They know, but they're not confident enough to just make those calls right away. Yep. We saw it on Strike Zone a little bit with their rotations. They were pretty slow. They're just really, they know what they need to do. They're just not constant in decision making. Yeah, this was pretty nasty.
Ogre 2 was like, oh yeah, I spot a guy. I got him. Oh,
we always every video game player this happened to. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy, and then like,
oh my god,
that happens, and then like you're sitting there and you're in silence, and your teammates are just like, I thought you had him.
The worst is when you're like up close right next to him, and you just see the look in their eyes where you're like, oh man, I know he's gonna take my face, and you still keep shooting anyways, and he just embarrasses
you. Like once the first few shots don't hit, you're just like, oh,
who do you want to start with here?
Oh no. I want to stay on board with Snipedown. He's able to pick off one in the last game. FaZe making a nice adjustment using smokes to smoke him out. No, he doesn't have thermal. And this is where the veteran play of these players come in. They saw him with the sniper last round. He was able to pick off guys off the cross pretty easy. They probably know he's not running thermal. He's not running a thermal class. They're able to switch, use smokes, get to their spots, and run their normal push.
It's such a ballsy call.
There goes his face.
Oh.
His head's on another planet.
Yeah, his teeth are in a bag because the guy's a dentist. I don't know if dentists keep teeth in bags, but if they did, it'd be kind of cool.
Serial killer dentist, probably.
Well, Ace is looking to drop the bomb here, and he is in is this a 1-on-3 scenario? Yeah, it is. And down goes Ace, and that is quick work as I cycle through the dead bodies of Final Boss.
Yeah, it's interesting that, Ace was able to get the bomb down. 3-on-1, he was able to get the bomb down at B.
Yeah.
But, right after that, he was taken out very quickly by Proofy able to disarm the bomb. FaZe is going to go up 3-2, but I'm impressed with Final Boss's search and destroy play.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to, what we've seen from them in the past, their search and destroy game has been subpar. Very subpar.
Well, jumping on board here, we're seeing a 4-man push all the way to A. This is going to catch Final Boss so confused. Yeah. They are like, oh, man, they're so used to running B. And now all of a sudden they have all 4 members of FaZe just shoving into A. This is going to be
This is such a great call, too, because, you're able to pick up that first guy, and you're the first guy screaming at his teammates, they're all going A. And, like, now everyone's got to backtrack. And, these lines of sight in the back over here at A, Scott, by this truck and the whole area.
So weird.
It's just such a death trap rotating back. It's so easy. You have such an advantage on these head glitches if you're the offensive team pushing from this angle.
Yep. Replays now has a guy directly around this corner, and his teammate's going to be able to take him out, and now they're going to have the bomb down, and that's going to be 1 member left. Final Boss just a little bit too slow on predicting things.
Yeah.
Snakebite takes out one. This is a 1-on-3 scenario, and Snakebite's going to be cleaned up, makes it 4-2 in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, and JCap's going off right now. We haven't even noticed that,
I
but he is
haven't
7-1 right now. And, when I was speaking to people, what happened against FaZe SP, one of the things that somebody said is like, I think Cap went like 1-8 or 1-7 against them in search. So it's really good to see that he's bouncing back. Gameplay-wise, obviously, and then also mentally able to put that loss away.
It is tough.
Just funnel it out. It is hard to put those losses away. It is really
tough to sit back and say, okay, guys, we have a huge round one. It's probably the hardest matchup, period. Let's go ahead and come out super strong. And by the way, if we lose, then we're in the losers, and we may not make COD champs. Mentally, you got to be super prepared.
Right, because this is the one tournament a year,
that matters. That matters.
Yeah, it really matters, What I hear about this COD champs, guys, there's a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to play.
I think there's, I think it's at least a couple doll hairs.
Right, yeah, I hear the payout's pretty good.
Yeah. Snakebite slowly inching up here. He's just going to hang out. JCap now, don't know why I switched to him. Anyways, moving forward, back to Ogre 2, hanging out in the back of the strip. And we're starting to see maybe a push here. Ogre 2.
This is an interesting call from Final Boss.
God.
I really don't like it.
I
don't like it at all, to be honest. They went to B. They were overran at B. When you're in this situation, there's going to be guys watching the cross. There's going to be guys watching A. The best scenario you can get is to just really strong arm B. You're going to have to, win 2 or 3 gunfights over there.
You have to win the gunfights, man.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to. You got to win those gunfights over there.
And they're really slow right now. Ogre 2 is about to walk right into
death. Yeah.
Oh, God. He got put on his back.
There. Let's see if another guy's going to die. I have a feeling. Yep. I think that was a jumping snipe. Just sound like.
I think it was too, brother.
Let's see.
Replay showing off his FaZe snip-snapping skills.
Right.
Connects.
Oh, what?
What? Say what?
What?
I haven't been that freaked out in quite some time.
That was sick.
That's super
sick.
If
this was like a dunk contest of snipers, that would have been like a 40. And Kenny the Jet would have been running around.
Well, Replay's starting to put on a little bit of a sniping clinic here.
Yeah.
No trick shots needed for this guy. And we're going to see yet another 2-2 push, but take mental note that we are seeing the bomb start swinging over there. Replay's missing 2 shots like this. He's able to hit jumping shots, but not these.
Yeah, FaZe has a very interesting strategy for offense, Scott. They like to have Replays snipe the cross. They have Classic go around back to back B with the bomb, and then they have Proofy and JCap. JCap usually pushes the backside of the bus, and then Proofy usually kind of hugs that B dom, that little trailer in the middle, and he's able to push behind to their pawn semi, and it's extremely effective.
Oh, Replay's taking shots, and he challenges. Oh my God, he's got some confidence. So anyways, taking a look at the bomb carrier here, Classic. He does have a guy in front of him, and he's just going to barely miss it. That is COD timing for you right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's so frustrating. He spots the guy. He is able to clean him up, and now the bomb will be able to go down. No members of Final Boss even around here, and it's all up to one guy.
Ace. He's able to pick up
one guy. Rounds the corner, spots another one. It's a one-on-one scenario. Bomb is down, and oh my God,
is he gonna get
in heaven. Oh.
And this is actually kind of crazy because when Proof turns this corner right here, you're going to see it in your final kill cam, is he can barely see Ace, He's looking straight through here. If those shots hit the bomb, like the actual structure, he probably gets that defuse off. But, really strong, accurate shots there from Proofy. We're going to see FaZe go 2-0 in this series against Final Boss.
Yeah, so 2-0 in favor of FaZe here. We are going into Blitz. Matt, before we go to commercial break, does he have it? Do they have it? Does Final Boss have it in them?
I'm really going to look to see how they come out in the first minute to 2 minutes of this Blitz. If they're playing that slow pace that we've seen them play at in the Dom, no. If